podcast character designs done by Demon Artie. Be sure to follow her over on Twitter at ArtieDemon. Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sen.
MVTPCA.
ATIP454.
Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. Season 2, Episode 7, The Mandalorian, The Believer. I believe. So, wow.
Yeah, interesting.
It's so funny. Every episode, it's been really awesome because we're at the end of the last one, like, why are they going to look for this guy? Why is he going to help him? Why is he going to do anything? But you find out, well, maybe this dude wasn't as bad. He did some bad stuff, and he's kind of a mercenary, but
he's complicated.
He's
too.
complicated. This
yeah.
dude's deeper than half the characters in other shows, and he's only had 2 episodes.
Yeah, no, that's something.
Isn't that crazy?
They did such a good job.
And you almost make it like you kind of like him now.
Yeah,
in a weird way.
And I've always liked Bill Burr. I always thought he was a funny comedian because he's kind of like that jerk comedian, and he does it perfectly.
He does it so good in the beginning of this. It's perfect.
I love, and I remember when people first heard about, like, oh, he's just a comedian or whatever. These are people who love Star Wars. I guarantee you, he grew up loving Star Wars, and this is what you get when you love something. You get stellar performances. Because he kind of goes off the rails, and you're like, oh no, what are you doing?
Well, and also, that's what happens too when you have great writers.
Yeah.
They just don't want to make a cookie cutter, like, bad guy. Could you imagine this guy? Like, okay, sorry to bring up the movies, but in the last one, you know that one guy that betrayed the Empire? He's like, oh, because I don't want Kylo Ren to be number 1. Could we have this kind of character in that situation?
But there's no depth to it.
Was that Husk or Hulk or
Husk was it? And I'm like, this guy would have been so much
he's doing
better.
it to be kind of doing it for redemption. That guy's doing it because he just doesn't want Kylo Ren
But that's
to
what I'm
leader.
saying.
There's no depth to it.
Could we have had that, though? That would have been a nice little change in those movies.
No. But they needed to subvert your expectations.
I know, right? No.
So, again, overall, just another great episode.
Great episode.
Another 10. They just knock him out of the park, man.
All those episodes are amazing. And then we see people making concessions.
Yep.
Things happen. Yeah. But what's more important?
You got to make deals in your life.
And again, I will thank everyone in the comment section. It's Grogu, not Grogu. It's grow like you're growing a plant.
Yeah, Grogu. Yeah, I make that mistake too.
Here's the thing: the way it's spelt isn't the way that it's said, and I'm bad with names, so thank you. It's Grogu, like you're growing a plant. Grogu. There you go. Is it okay?
That's like growing something. Just remember, grow, grow, and grew.
So that's why I say it the wrong way. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. So if I mess up, I do know I'm saying it wrong. I don't mean to say it wrong. So we open up and they're gonna get that bust that dude out of prison. He's working a scrapping yard.
Yeah, he's cutting up stuff.
So yeah, they're cutting up both TIE bombers and TIE fighters and everything, and he's doing his work, and one of the robots comes to him. Prisoner 6526379. And he's like, what do you want? I like how he kept saying it over and over and over. Because it's a robot. So I'm busy. You need to disembark. You have a new assignment. He's like, what are you talking about? Oh, you're in the custody of Marshal Dune or whatever. And he's like, okay. So what are we doing? You just shut your mouth and follow me. And it's like he's like,
and he keeps on hesitating. The robot's like, go to her. I'm gonna shock you. Stop.
You know what's funny about that? I think the reason why he's hesitant because he's grew up in the Empire, and when people get reassigned, they end up dead.
Yeah, that means you're reassigned to a grave.
But he's thinking, wait a minute, these are the rebels, so what? I don't know. I don't know.
But in his mind, what's the difference?
What's the difference? Yeah, exactly. He is later in the episode. He even says that. But anyways,
so he's with Dune, and I absolutely love this thing. Doesn't Boba Fett's armor look awesome?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, I love it so much. It's all cleaned up. It is the matte finish.
Yes.
God, I love it.
And what I love about it too is that he kept his the Tusken Raider cloak stuff underneath, so he has like this cool new look to him.
He looks like he stepped out of Return of the Jedi. He looks perfect.
He's like big now. It's freaking. He's got dad bod, and that's awesome because he's
older now.
He's an older man, but he can still beat some ass.
Yeah, and I love it.
That's what makes it even cooler. I don't care what anyone says.
I think he actually looks more like a wise bad A now because he's got like the robe, so he looks like a wizard but with armor on. It's freaking sick.
Yeah, freaking battle mage.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, he sees him. He's like, "Oh, God, I thought you were this other guy." And then he sees him. He's like, "Ah, shit."
His smile went totally oh my gosh.
Literally the color. He's like, "Oh God, no!" So the first thing he's like, "You guys gonna kill me?"
Yeah,
he's like, "If that's what you want to do."
Again, like I said, very Empire. Like you're gonna go kill me now.
But he's like, I got 2 dead Mandalorians now. I was like, whatever they're planning on doing, there's nothing I can do to stop them. No, you're coming with us. And he's like, oh, what's the deal here? And, Mando goes to him. He's like, he walks up to him. He's like, hey, Mando, how's it going? Remember last time?
even when they're in the Boba Fett's ship, it's so cool how it's moving around. That's just so cool.
Because that's how it rotates. So now we can see what it's like on the inside.
Yeah.
So, so cool. So he breaks down. He's like, hey, you still have all your Imperial codes and
You know
everything.
how to
He's-
do everything. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, and so I need you to find Moff Gideon. He's like, send me back. I ain't doing
Do
that.
no.
He says, there's no way. Because that's top tier stuff.
Yeah.
And they're like, they have my boy. They have my kid.
Yeah.
And
he's like, what?
He's like, yeah.
"Don't."
He's like, that little green guy. He's like, yeah, they have him. And he's like, okay, what's in it for me? He's like, gonna go free. He's like, well, you'll just have a better life in prison. And he's like, I don't know.
about
It's not really
this.
worth it. But
She's like, hey, we're just you're lucky you're getting anything out of this, basically.
so he's gonna go along with the plan. And so what they need to do is he goes, I need to find a terminal. I can get in there and then I can access all the codes. He goes, but I know where one's at. It's on this planet. There's nothing there. It's like, no, there's a secret base there, a refinery for this like a material, super highly volatile. Then I'm thinking, is he lying? This whole time I'm thinking, is he lying? Is he lying?
He's lying. You think he's lying?
This whole time you don't trust him, but
Because he like betrayed you before.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Boba Fett says, I'm looking at the scans and go, yeah, he's right. There is a base here. There's
and he's
something
like,
there.
yeah, there it is. You get me in there, and then we'll be good to go. So okay, that's their plan. Get in there, another kind of break-in type, not necessarily the prison heist like they did last time,
Yeah.
but another go in with your team, get out.
Kind of espionage, like go sneak in.
So I just love the fact that we have just Boba Fett, the Mandalorian, Dune. It's like this is one badass team.
And
Oh,
that
yeah.
sniper chick
Yeah,
is good,
yeah.
too.
Yeah,
So they have a
They're-
freaking team
they have a really good team, and also I love the combats between Dune and
because she hates
oh,
Empire.
Gosh, you're so
And
bad.
he's always like he's not necessarily flirting with her, but he's trying to hey,
like you said, like they're very volatile, like like how she is, and then everyone just looks at him like, oh, okay, never
oh geez,
mind.
tough crowd.
Yeah, exactly. Like, okay.
Yeah, these people are not the funny conversational type. Okay, these are kind of to the point
Well,
people.
especially with Dune, like any Empire, she hates them, like with a passion.
Yeah.
So then they have to, it's like, okay, they're gonna hijack one of these things that has all the materials on it. Get the truckers, get in there, scan the things, take out the air because they have air
Yes.
defenses. But
There's
they're
one
like,
problem.
he's like, I'll go in by myself. We're not gonna let you go by yourself because once you get in there, you can just ditch us. But they're like, okay, the first Dune's like, I'm going with you. It's like, that ain't gonna work because there's facial scan recognition, and if you have anything to do with the rebels and anything like that, and you're in any type of system, they're gonna find you. We're toast.
Yeah.
Then then the sniper lady's like, I can't do it. I'm wanted on like
I'm
6
wanted.
different planets.
Yeah, because
Then
after
then I like Boba Fett's like, I think they'd recognize my face. Yeah, because
clone, he's a clone.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's the best clone, but still, he'd be like, what the heck?
So it's just
Yeah, I'm gonna be able to do it. I know I can.
He's like, there's no way I can do it. So it has to be Mando.
Yeah.
They're like, well, it's gonna scan your face. You got to take your mask off. And then he's like, I'll do it, but no one's gonna see me. Okay, so how's he gonna do this? They wait till the truck goes into like a tunnel, and that's when they kind of hijack and they take out the dudes, and then he swaps armor. So now he's wearing like crappy Imperial crap armor, and I
And
love
this
this.
guy just rips
He's
it
like,
off.
oh, seeing you in that armor, oh, the shame.
Because it was worth the admission
How
of
do you
doing
think the
this
whole
mission.
planet would see you now? The Mandalorians would see you now. It's like, jeez, guys.
Such an ass.
Yeah.
But that's what makes him so funny.
I love, too, the banter between, like, oh, yeah, take my armor, so Dune takes it.
Yeah, he's like,
and,
you need to take care of this. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll protect this with my.
and then I love how the other guy's like, come on, we're on the clock here, guys. Like,
What did the Mandalorian say? Come on, let's get going. Let's get
let's
to
go.
work. Because you can tell Dune cares about him.
I feel like there's, I know I'm not going to push this, but I feel like there is some type
I
of
want to
Dune.
ship him.
Yeah, there's some type of, like, but again, though, it could be just, like, best buds.
I ship me with Cara Dune. Damn, she's
Well,
freaking
yeah.
fine as hell.
Yeah.
But you can tell that she cares about him.
Yes,
And the fact that
deeply.
he's going back to save the kid,
Yeah.
to save Grogu, it's that's cool. Like,
It's honorable.
because it's like a father would do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, so cool.
It's very good.
Give me back my boy.
Yeah.
I abandoned my boy. So now he's in this awful, terrible, like, it's like going from like legendary epic level armor down to like the most common. Like,
I mean, it's not even normal stormtrooper. It's like gray. It's not even that. It looks
Yeah.
like crappy.
it's
gray.
probably built for like heat.
Yeah.
Not for, like, actual
Like
protection.
you would wear like if you're doing welding. That's what it
Yeah,
looks
we're,
like.
we're,
Yeah.
talking, we're talking like basic, like, oh,
Factory worker.
if it was fantasy, it would be the leather armor.
Yeah.
Just a little
The
bit better
first
than
level,
your
the
shirt.
first level, yeah.
Yeah, better than your shirt. Okay.
So they're on their way, and then we get like this. It's just it's him and Mando, and they're sitting there, and I love how the fact that he's a talker. And then Mando's not a talker.
Yeah.
He's just He's just talking to him. He's like, so what's what's the difference? An empire, rebellion, is someone's planet getting taken over? What's the difference?
Yeah,
the people who live here, they don't care who it is. You're just occupying their planet.
Yeah.
Well,
and then he goes, and then what's your rules? What's going on? I thought you said you couldn't take your helmet off, but is it because no one can see your face? What is it?
Yeah, so does it really matter in the end? And like, does all this matter? And then you can see, okay, maybe there's some depth to this guy. Maybe he's not so
you're
shallow.
a survivor like me. Then the Mando's like, man, me and you ain't the same.
Yeah,
but we kind of are.
We kind of are. And then he said that one line that was interesting when he goes, we make up these rules from Alderaan to Mandalore.
Yeah.
But now those planets don't exist anymore.
He's like, yeah, a person born on Mandalore is going to think you're from a person born on Alderaan, but guess what? Both those planets ain't there no more.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So what was the point?
Yeah.
And see, this happens when they pass like a village and they're just kids. And then he's looking like, oh, these are just kids.
Yeah, and they see them as like, look, here's our occupiers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you
do? I mean,
and that could be regardless. That could be the Alliance or Empire.
Well, they don't. It's all the same.
It's all the same.
They
to
don't
them.
care.
So he brought up a lot of good like juxtapose of like, hey, what's really going on?
And he's like, yeah, everyone's willing to compromise their rules when stuff hits the fan.
And then he goes, and the only thing the difference is as long as you can sleep at night.
Yeah, do what you got to do, and if you can get through the night,
yeah,
you survived.
You survived.
Especially for guys again because they've both fought battles. He's fought wars. He's killed people.
Yep.
He's done some things, and he was trying to make it to the next day.
Yep.
I do like the fact that they have eyes on. Like she has a sniper.
Yeah,
like,
and she's like,
pew pew.
Yeah, she's like got it like pointed at him. Like, hey, if you try anything,
yeah, you're done, son.
Yeah.
So they're just kind of towing along, and you can see that they have to drive a certain speed in a certain way because this stuff is so volatile. If they go like over hills, stuff will blow up.
Yeah. They have to go like medium speed.
So they have like a little like monitor to kind of like.
And the other guy didn't know. He's like, "Oh my goodness, this thing blow up!" He didn't tell me that.
Yeah, well, because they heard an explosion.
Because they hear kind of like a pew pew pew. We're under attack. And he sees like.
It was funny. He saw him destroyed. He go, "Why are they destroyed?" Because these things can blow up.
Yeah.
He's like, what do you? And I like the fact that because he hears the other convoys getting attacked, and he's like, He's like, oh no.
Oh, just keep going. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I love the Empire's thing. Just keep going. Don't alter path. Oh, thanks a lot, guys.
And he's like, because they have no defenses. They don't have turrets. They have nothing.
No, this is like just
a little bit of armor.
It's like having like a truck now.
Yeah, like an 18-wheeler.
You're not going to have anything like that.
Yeah, and you're going to a war zone.
Yeah.
So yeah, they see all these explosions, and he's like, "Oh, we got to speed up." He's like, "But you can't speed up too much because then his stuff starts bouncing."
Yeah.
So they have to kind of go a little slow, and that's so dangerous because these guys are all getting attacked. Then we see out of the smoke and stuff. There's like some people like on they're like on skiff looking things. Mm-hmm. So these are they say they're pirates, but these are probably just the people on the planet.
They just want them off their planet.
So they're killing innocent people.
Yeah, because the pirates would steal the stuff. They don't care about the stuff.
Yeah, they're just blowing it up.
See, but here's the thing. So Mando killed a bunch of innocent people.
Yeah, he did.
Yes, and also on top of that, see, I love how the word of it. Oh, they think of them as pirates, but really, with another light, they're rebels.
Yeah. They're freedom fighters.
Freedom fighters.
They're the rebels of this planet.
See, and that's the difference with Empire. Oh, those are pirates. See, it depends on what
So
side
what's
you're
so
on.
funny? Pirates would steal something. They're not just stealing anything.
Yeah.
They
Well,
just want to blow it up.
that's the narrative that Empire shows. That these guys are bad. Not
Yeah.
really, but
Not
anyways.
really.
So Mando starts taking these dudes out, and then he's like, "You're using a blaster, and there's explosives there." That's why these people don't have blasters.
Yeah.
So he gets up on top of the thing, and we get an Indiana Jones, on top of the tank fight battle.
A Nazi tank, yep.
So it's so similar to that.
Yeah, it is.
But they're trying to basically open up the thing and drop a thermal detonator in there.
And
so one of the things that blows it up. That's how they blew up the other ones.
So Mando's shooting these guys, knocking them off, and these guys are falling off the stuff, and they're getting hit by the tires and everything.
The one that when Bert goes over it, he's like, "Ooh, geez, ooh."
And then his armor gets messed up because it's crap armor. It's absolute garbage. It's getting messed up.
One hit with the stick, it breaks him.
It's just a stick.
And he's having to go hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
And he fights the whole skiff of these dudes, beats them off. Then another skiff shows up. He's starting to get a little winded. And he's fighting because he's fighting hand to hand because his blaster got all like it only. I don't know if it ran out of ammo or
I think
it just broke.
Malfunction, which is funny. Another Indiana Jones reference.
Yeah.
Oh, we got no bullets. Oh.
So he's continuing to fight, and this whole time, like, they're gonna take his helmet off.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Because they keep kind of hitting him, and I'm like, is this
or
helmet?
they break it, and then it comes off. Well, shoot, it's done deal.
And then he gets another wave, and then another one comes, and they keep coming.
And this last wave, they just arm all the thermal detonators.
A whole bunch of them, they're just gonna throw it at him, and then he's out of fist like, I gotta do it.
And then the other character's like, I can't speed up, so he slows down more.
Because it's a bridge.
And it was getting red. Like in the red, he's like, oh my gosh, go any faster.
Man, they know how to make tension in this series.
Yes.
My goodness, you're just on the edge of your seat.
But never in my life were I happy to hear the scream of a TIE fighter.
and like I said, what a weird feeling when you're sitting there thinking like you just got saved by the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
Even the guy brings it up too.
Yeah.
At the end, and then as they're getting close and they're gone, and then they're all waving at him.
Well, see, both they pull up and they're getting a hero's welcome.
Yeah.
Because you brought the stuff.
But to them, they think they're doing the right thing. See, you can't get mad at him for that.
I love that Dave and Dave Filoni and the other guy, they just did such a great job of showing that like, yeah,
there's another side to this too.
They're all giving them the salute.
Everyone's the hero of
it's
their
like,
story.
Don't you think every day you'd be looking forward to see stormtroopers? He's like, it's going, man, no.
So yeah, they wiped them the hell out, and then you see like the rebels running towards them. They're all getting gunned down. We're seeing the bad guys win, but we're happy because we want Mando to get in there. We want to get the information, but we're happy that they're killing all these rebels.
But it just shows Mando will do anything just to save.
Yeah,
the child basically.
Yeah, it was
things we do, right?
Yeah, like you said, what can you sleep at night with? What can you be happy about?
See, I mean, almost it seems like he's telling us that too at the same time.
Yes,
you're gonna see stuff in this episode that's not gonna set well with you after a while. Like,
I love those 10 stormtroopers.
Yeah, I love that too.
I want to be a 10 stormtrooper.
You got that cool like jungle motif, very safari.
Yes,
it fits too. It isn't like, oh, that is not Star Wars. No, that fits perfectly.
Well, and also it's not like silly, like it's not in the snow planet. You know, like they're wearing
it makes sense because it's a jungle environment.
So they're getting a hero's welcome, and it's so awkward.
And they park the thing, and they get out, and everyone's cheering, and it's like, oh. And he's like, hey, the terminal should be in an officer's mess. There should be a terminal. And it's okay. They're kind of walking the way there. I'm thinking he's going to betray him.
Yeah,
every second of this episode, I thought, oh my god, he's going to betray him. But they go up there, and then he sees it. He's like, okay, it's in there. And he turns and he sees one of the officers, and he's like, whoop, turns right back around.
And the problem is he took his helmet off, so that whole thing.
But he had to take his helmet off anyways to do the scan.
Yeah.
Then he's like, I know that officer. I literally worked underneath him. And he's like, well, he recognized you. He's like, I'm not going to go in there. We got to get out of here.
I guess this right. Then you find out later there's a big hole.
They have a really big connection.
Yeah. There's another reason why he turned in fear.
Because he knew he wasn't going to be able to control himself.
Yeah.
Then Mando's like, okay, I'll go do it. He's like, that won't work. You have to take your helmet off because it has to scan your face. Mm-hmm. He said, just give me the key. I'm like, oh my god, is he going to take the helmet off?
And like you said, the whole theme of this episode, what are you willing to do?
And is it worth it? This. I love the honor-based things, and this is my warrior way. But is Grogu's life worth more than your little warrior's way?
You did tell him he finally found his ability to change his belief on that.
His balance, because he's seen so many of the Mandalorians. He's seen Boba Fett. He's seen Bo-Katan. They don't live that hardcore, and it's not a bad thing.
No, it's not, and they're still Mandalorians.
And he's in this like, I'm never going to tell anyone.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to tell anyone this.
So he goes and he puts the thing in and it scans the helmet and it's not working. He takes off his helmet.
But he was drawing unwanted attention. You should have just took it off.
But he just wanted to see if it worked without it.
So he takes off.
And it's a countdown like 5, 4, like what's scanning?
And
you have 5 seconds to comply.
And then everyone's like, kind of the mess hall's kind of like, what the heck is that? Like,
so he takes his helmet off. It scans him. He's doing all the information. Then one officer's like, "Hey, trooper," and he's like, "Hurry!" And he's like doing it real fast. Then he gets him. He's like, "Hey," when an officer talks to you, and he's like, and. Know who's not good at bullshitting? Not Mando. No. He can't do it. No. he's not good at it.
He's the anti-Giorgio. He can't do it.
Especially with him having his helmet off, he probably feels naked.
And he feels probably
weird.
Kind of powerless.
Exposed.
Yeah. Exposed.
Then you guys talking to him, and he's like, "Oh, I'm on transport."
And
this guy has like this kind of southern little drawl to his voice. I'm talking about your T number, son. Like he just has like that.
And it's so funny because they have numbers for all this stuff. So
he doesn't know none of that.
And then comes up and
like, what's gonna happen here? We even paused. What's gonna happen?
I'm like, is he gonna just leave him there?
Yeah.
He's gonna just like screw this Mando guy.
And just kind of like hide in the base.
But he walks up there and he's like, oh, we got to get going. T776231.
This number,
And he's like, yeah, he's like, oh, sir, I'm assault trooper. This is he was my driver on the thing, and he's like. Well, he's not talking. He's like, oh, his ship got depressurized, so his ears are effed up. He probably can't hear you.
He can't hear you, sir.
So like he like says it real loud. What's your name, boy? Like he says it really loud.
Yeah.
And even then, Mando's like,
we call him Brown Eyes or something.
Yeah, we call him Brown Eyes. Hey, Brown Eyes, we got to get going.
Yeah, we have to do this transport. Then he start to walk away. He's like, you guys haven't been dismissed yet. I'm like, oh god.
What if Mando should have took off his helmet the first time? It would
have been fine. Yeah.
But he just had it.
So I'm thinking to myself, oh my god, what are they gonna do? This guy, because he just seems like, you guys need to come with me. So they're like, so what's up? You know what? You guys brought in that transport, didn't you?
And he's,
You're the only ones that survived. And like, oh, is he going to accuse him of something? "Oh, buy you a drink."
And they're like, "Oh."
Oh god.
And Mando just wants to get out of there. Let's just go.
And then I love that the sharpshooter and Dune are outside. What's taking them so long?
They go, okay, I can get this person. You can get that one. They're already figuring out who they're gonna get.
Because the plan is once they get the information, get to the roof. Boba lands, picks them up. They get down.
Yeah.
So now we have like the world's most awkward drinking
Scene.
You know, people drink to things like glory or victory. That should be something a little more special. So where were you born there, Brown Eyes? And then Mando, he can't talk. Like, he just can't say it.
His Mando feels like, I feel so like...
Just say Tatooine. Just say
Tatooine, say something.
He's about to talk, but Mayfield like saves him. He's like,
what's toast?
let's toast to Operation, what was it? Cinder.
Cinder.
I'm like,
Operation Cinder.
And I'm like, okay.
And he's like, now that's a man who knows his history. He's like, oh, I know more than I know it. I lived it. He's like, oh, that was a tough day.
Yeah.
I make a lot of big decisions that day. He's like, yeah, you did, and it's like, this is where his crew got wiped out. He's like, you made a decision. That was like about 10,000 lives were lost that day.
Yep.
And then he's like, well, all for the glory of the Empire. It was a good day. It's like, was it good for the people who died?
I was like, oh, what are you doing?
Was it good for me?
Was it good for the villagers that died in that place too?
Those mud, they're scavenging in the mud, all dead.
Yeah.
Was it good for them? Like, oh God, what are you doing?
Oh,
shut up!
And
you
can see Mayfield's like PTSD is flashing back. Like,
because he just hates this guy with a passion.
This is why he didn't want to talk to him.
No,
because it wasn't because he was afraid he'd recognize him. He was afraid that what he was going to do.
Yeah, what he was going to do.
Mando was us. Silent,
like, what are you doing? Like,
homeboy, shut the hell up.
And I love how the officer's just like nonchalant about it, even though he's like kind of like getting like in his face about it.
But he's telling him, you did a good thing.
Yeah,
that operation, you survived. You're alive, and that's a good thing.
It's the Sith way. It's like, oh,
that's the Empire way.
Look, you survived, and he's like, yeah, but those other people died still. That doesn't solve that.
But it gets even more intense.
But you're still alive.
Yeah.
Who cares?
And he goes, the stuff you brought today is going to make that look like nothing. We're going to do it all over the galaxy.
Yep. And then he talks about like, oh yeah, everyone wants order. Everyone wants to be.
When we come back, they're going to be begging us.
Yeah.
Because of the new order, because in the no order, coming back.
Yeah.
But in a lot of ways, these planets that had gangsters and outlaws, the Empire comes in, they do bring stability. They do bring order.
Because the problem is that the rebels can't be everywhere. They can't be in the outer rims.
But see, in this...
There's so many planets.
And there's so many planets, and also another problem too. But Empire, you step out of line once, they bring that iron fist.
Yeah, but that's the problem. That's but you get order, but at what cost?
Let's say if you lived in thinking some guy was a heavy and he was like, imposing on your business and beating up, then the Empire comes in, they get rid of all those gangsters.
What if it's a Hutt, Jabba the Hutt type,
Yeah,
but then it's like,
but then it's like any rebel activity, we will destroy.
See, this episode really makes you think on both sides of this. It's like, maybe, they're bad, but there's some good with it too, and
you can see that he's getting like
upset.
It's almost, he almost cried.
He's almost crying
because he lost all of his buddies, all of his friends.
There's that depth we were talking about.
And I thought when I was in the Empire that I was fighting for something. In the end, you're not fighting for a flag or a place. You're fighting for the guy next to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were all slaughtered. Yes. All for nothing to enslave a planet.
Oh, guess what? And then when there's a problem, we'll just take it back again. It doesn't matter.
See, this is what we needed in the movies. We needed people to defect that were like this. That had like real reasons.
What are you doing?
Even then there's a stormtrooper in the corner like, what the hell just happened?
You just killed a freaking high up there officer. And the look on his face, because we don't get to see Mando's face, it's like,
So they go, we're going to shoot our way out of here now. They start shooting people.
Then they start fighting, and he's like, he basically he's like, I had to do it.
Yeah.
I had to kill this guy.
The thing is, he finally got just. You know what? He was probably every night when he went to bed, he was thinking, "I wish I could get that guy. I wish he finally got his chance."
Yeah, it almost like if I would have known, I would have went back in the past and killed him that day.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
To stop this.
So now we're having a shootout in the freaking mess hall, and I guess there's like these big kind of
shutters,
so they kind of work their way to the outside. But then now Sniper has eyes on, so they're starting to shoot some dudes, or then we're blasting away out.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool because some of the guys try to crawl underneath. He's all shooting them. It's a cool fight.
Yeah.
Dune sniping dudes, she's sniping, and like, man, it's just a cool team.
It's a really cool team. Also, no jetpack, so they have to actually climb up.
I know. I said, boy, I wish he had a jetpack right now. I can't stand this.
Super cool. Then we get just great action, and they're working their way up there. They're getting shot. They're taking out the they tell Bubba, start your run.
Yep.
They start shooting off because the guys are getting ready for like the air assault, and then they're getting sniped, and they go, what's going on?
Yeah.
Slave One goes in, the thingy. is he gonna die?
I know, because they're shooting on the roof, and I'm like,
Because
oh my
everyone
gosh.
who saw Mando's face is dead except for him.
Oh,
That's what he said.
That's what he said. Remember too?
I didn't see nothing.
Yeah, I didn't see anything.
You never took your helmet
yeah,
off.
I killed this guy. I never saw you. Let's leave it at that.
I was kind of thinking if that the fact when he did that scan, is that going to come back to haunt Mando later on?
Oh, I bet you.
But you know, but Moff Gideon knows who he is.
Yeah.
Remember, he knew
okay.
his real name.
He-
Remember
oh,
that in
that's
season
true.
one.
He might just do it as like a cocky thing to be like, oh, look at your morals now.
But
You
it
know?
doesn't matter.
It doesn't
Doesn't
matter.
matter.
Because
Yeah.
The kid.
Grogu means more than
Yeah.
whatever.
Grogu is everything to him.
Then they're getting the thing. I love Slave One. God, I love the way that ship looks. Comes in, he lands, they get in there, and I'm like, oh, they made their way
They
out.
both made it out.
But then he's like, hey, give me that rifle. Aims right at where that thing is, hits it, boom!
Boom.
So now they can't use that material.
He goes,
That was a
and
hell
then
of a
he
shot.
said, I have to sleep at night. Like he said again, I have to sleep. I can't let them have
Because when
that.
he said that, I want to make Cinder look like it's gonna look like a party.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
like
a,
a-
the firework display, basically.
That was like a little kid's day, and
Yeah.
we're gonna
I
burn.
can't let this guy do this.
Because they're gonna burn so many plants,
Yeah.
so many villages. So he took that out. I'm like, oh damn! He guess he was a sharpshooter. That was a hell of a
The
shot.
shot. And even Dune even had to say that was a pretty dang good shot.
Yeah, you
that
saw
was
that,
pretty
huh?
good. They both the summer's like, that was pretty good, yeah.
So they land, and Mando's back in his armor and everything. It's good to see him in his armor again.
Yeah, I know.
Just so, because it was disgusting to see him.
Yes,
in
it
armor.
was. Oh,
Then it's like, well, I guess here, hey officer Marshall, here,
Take me back.
take me back to the scrapyards, and they're like, man, it really sucked that he had to die out there.
yeah.
And he's like,
you gonna kill me?
So you know what you have to do? Shoot him. Oh, jeez.
Well,
thank
again,
you.
he still thinks Empire. He still thinks like, oh, you
they're
guys are
gonna
gonna,
kill me.
you got what you used out of me. You're gonna kill me.
and
now.
Mando's like, yeah, it's such a shame, and he died in this refinery accident, and he's like, you guys let me go? Because they gotta let him go.
Yeah, and they're kind of like not talking to him, but they're just saying that matter of fact. He's like, okay, I'm walking away now. Like,
Because after everything that happened, even Dune's like, okay, he was Empire, he did bad things, but
But he made up for
he
it.
regretted it.
yeah.
He hated it.
And
He did everything he could at this moment.
And look at this. You thought we saw the most superficial character. All this depth in the bottom.
and
all this
two
complexity.
episodes. 2 episodes.
I know.
And like I said, you can do this. You can make a whole series on Empire people like this that have like these deep rooted problems.
Yeah, but before they go, they have a couple TIE fighters get on their tail.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh man, Bubba's gonna handle this one.
He drops that little energy mine thing.
Oh, which is from episode 2.
I love that. I love
Because
that.
that scene was so cool because there was no noise and it would just make the boom.
Boom. Yeah, they were done.
So they let him go, which I thought was nice.
Yeah.
Okay, just run off, and he'll be able to get off this planet because he knows.
He'll be able to figure it out.
Yeah, he'll probably end up stealing some something and getting the hell out of there. But cool. He redemption arc.
Yeah.
And
In 2 episodes.
And see what I love about this is a proper redemption arc.
In 2 episodes.
In 2 episodes. And some shows can't do it in a whole series. And 5 seasons.
There's a certain cartoon that had 5 seasons and they couldn't redeem a character.
No.
They just let them be good guys. You saw the pain and the suffering in his eyes and in his voice when he was talking about how he saw all those people die.
Yeah.
And they died for
At
nothing.
that point, I'm like, don't screw this up. What are you doing? That point, I'm like, shut up. What are you doing?
And like I said, back in the day, he probably did believe, oh, we're bringing order, we're doing good stuff. And then when you get
But then you see the horrors of it.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, this wasn't worth it. We lost so many lives and they got killed. And for what?
For what?
Yeah,
For nothing.
was it good for them?
For a piece of
They're
land.
dead now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so now they have the information, and then Dune's like, "Oh, so what are you gonna do? You got the information." He's like, "Yeah, I did."
What's
Then-
next?
What's our next move? And this is the baller
Oh.
move. This isn't just like this is like crown me king.
Yeah, exactly.
He should have
Yeah,
showed
my
about
man-
thing with the crown on. That's
Oh,
all.
man, you just have to drop the mic. Boom, and just leave the set. I can't cut you.
We see Moff Gideon, and they're traveling, and that one lady.
Yeah, he's like,
Moff Gideon, you have to see this. Like she's worried. I'm like, okay, what is this? Is it a message? From Then we see the thing pops up, and it's Mando.
Mando just.
And he says the exact same thing that he told him. You have something that belongs to me. You have no idea the thing that you have. And then he will be with me. And it's just like he literally says the same exact words.
And then he's
And
like,
even Moff Gideon has to look like, oh man, that was kind of ominous.
He means more to me.
than anything.
Yeah, it's like,
and
oh.
more than anything you could even comprehend.
I haven't seen a boss move like that since the last Rambo movie where he kills that guy's brother. Just come get me, here I am.
And I
His
love,
bitch is right here.
I love Moff Gideon's look of like disgust and also being pissed off. That
Pissed off, but almost,
a little scared too. He's
A
like,
little
"God,
scared,
a little
but
bit."
but impressed
and
at the same time.
Because he's telling me he's coming for me now.
Yeah.
It's just awesome. And just doesn't he look great in the hologram?
Yes, he does.
Because he's silver, it just looks super great. But you got my boy.
You
And I'm
thought,
getting
oh my
him.
god, is he gonna tell on him? No, that guy didn't.
Yeah,
He told
because
on
we
him.
thought
Yes.
maybe he thought, oh, he's gonna warn him.
No.
He was good through and through. Shocked me.
Shocked me. And then another thing I think Moff Gideon would say, like, now you have my attention.
Yeah.
Like, before you were, now I'm ready.
Because this guy's got some. He's a combatant now.
Because here's the thing. Because Moff Gideon sees Grogu as a thing. It's a donor. Who cares what happens to it? Mando sees his boy.
His son.
And you don't get between a man and his son because he's gonna go across the universe and rip asunder and leave a wake of dead bodies. And you're gonna
you
be
don't
the last
realize
one.
what he compromised just to get the information
Yes.
to find you.
So-
Can you imagine when he finds
What
you?
did he do to you?
Do you?
And what he would do to get to you. He would
Yeah.
probably be dressed up just like a soldier and then everything, give up everything to get.
I think literally at this point, even if they do find a Jedi for him, I think Mando's gonna stay with him to train him too. He has to.
I think he's gonna ding, and then the Jedi's gonna turn and look at him and like he already has like someone to train him.
Yeah.
And then it could be him.
Yeah, because it's got to be him. He
Yeah.
can't. They're too inseparable now.
Yeah, it's just,
That's my boy.
or he'll have to make his home base at that planet,
And
So-
then he'll be with him.
yeah, we were talking about that.
But isn't
yeah.
it the point of a Jedi? They remove you from your family.
I know.
But they have to learn that that's not
Like how he learned to compromise.
Yeah.
Maybe see the Jedi's made to do the same.
Same.
Well, but like I said, if they
Isn't this show
When
great?
they had Qui-Gon, that would have been happening. But whatever.
Isn't
Yeah.
this show just great?
Oh my
I
god!
love it.
yes.
Isn't
The
it just-
complexity. You show both sides, just like they do in Orville. And a lot of some of the best episodes. You're like, you can really look at both sides.
But
You're
see-
like necessarily.
That's what makes great
Bad.
sci-fi. Because
Oh, yeah.
when you make your own decision in the end, in your mind.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: no people were saying this. I was thinking again. I don't want this to happen. If it did happen, it'd still be pretty cool. What if, there's the final scene and he needs to save Grogu, and Mando has a little bit of force, and he
Pulls him
like
to him.
pulls him to save him, or something, and he has like a latent thing in it. So this Jedi trains them both.
That would be kind of cool.
That would be cool.
But then like I
That's
said,
what people think. I don't know if I
I
like
don't
that.
know, it's cool, but then it's kind of like I don't like it because it's like, oh, now he's got Jedi powers.
well, then
Yeah.
he was a Jedi all along.
Yeah, I don't
See,
want
that's the way I don't like, but I still think it's still pretty cool. Even though it's kind of lame.
Maybe he could be force sensitive like that one guy in Rogue One. Maybe he doesn't have to necessarily be a Jedi.
Yeah.
But so our next episode, I'm coming to
Last
get your
one.
ass. That's the name of the last episode.
I want my
Payback.
baby back.
I'm getting my baby and I'm whooping your ass. That's
I'm
the
getting
name
my
of the
baby back.
Freaking
That's what it
payback,
is.
payback, baby.
Oh gosh.
episode. Payback's a bitch. That's the name of the last episode.
I literally just want to sit and just watch all the episodes, season 1 and 2, just in a row. It's just such an amazing ride. It just
Oh yeah.
you can say what you want about the second episode of this season, which is okay, was still not bad.
Yeah.
But it was not necessary. These have been
Home
Stellar.
runs.
Stellars, awesome.
These are back-to-back home runs.
grand slams. I don't know what else you could say. This is what Star Wars needs to be and always be. It
Yeah.
feels now when I watch this, Star Wars feels special again when I watch these episodes.
Yep.
I look forward to them. I anticipate it. It's not rolling my eyes. Oh God, what's gonna happen now? I
What
don't have
stupid, silly, modern day thing you're going to inject into my fantasy sci-fi thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Like I do with Star Trek. Ugh.
But yeah, excellent. Can't wait for next week. It's going to be
Yeah.
great. But it's the last one. I'm sad that it's the last one. But
Until October.
holy
but-
crap, do we have just it's like a fine wine. No, it's December.
December.
Is it?
Yes, they said Christmas
Wow.
2022.
It's a year. That's even
Yeah,
worse.
2021 Christmas.
Christmas.
Oh, that's a year from now. Oh,
Yeah.
jeez. I thought
Yeah,
it was
so
always
this is-
October, but
So this is our last one, guys. So you should savor it.
Yeah. I'm so glad we have to wait a week.
Yeah.
I hate it and I love it.
you guys get
Yes.
this time I hate it by doing it, but I also love it because then it's not spoiled on me.
Do you have the last episode be like an hour?
It needs to be.
And I want it to be 2 hours. Give me 2
The
hours.
movie.
Yeah, give me 2 hours of it. Yeah, because these last two have only been like 30 minutes and like 35. Come on.
Well, I know, and it's one of those things where, like, you know what though, it was perfect though. The flow of these
But
episodes.
they don't.
are so
But the thing
well.
is, they don't waste any scenes. Though. That's
No,
another
we
thing.
don't. See, would you rather have an hour where there's a lot of fluff like
Yeah,
Star Trek?
that's true. But they write so good. I don't think it'd be fluff. It'd still be interesting. But yeah.
But man, Mando's pissed and he's coming. He's gonna find you.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
have a pretty. Even if they don't get anyone else, that's a pretty good.
But
team.
then he's got those super androids though that are pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Those dead. The dark.
Yeah,
The dark.
But
droid.
against Boba.
Yeah. Boba Fett. Boba Fett with nice armor and it looks so nice and clean. I love it.
Oh yes.
But yeah, next week's gonna be cool.
I would not mind a series of Boba Fett. I'm not gonna lie. I would not mind one.
It's gonna be great. It's there's a whole bunch of Star Wars stuff got announced, but no trailers, just a bunch of like words.
Yeah, that's
but
what
like
we didn't
seriously
cover.
like 15 different things, but whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, next week, can't wait for it.
Yep.